Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. Welcome back to another episode of Geeks Listens. Or what's in the, oh, not Geeks Listens. What's in the playlist today? That's what I'm doing. That's what I call this bit. Uh, I'd say I need coffee, but I don't drink coffee. Anyway, today I would like to talk about a band called The Pigs, an image of which you will see here, the album The Horses. I couldn't find an image online. That's why I just have a picture of the band in the background. Normally, when I do these stupid little things, I try and go online and find some information about the band, about the album. I couldn't do that. They don't have a Wikipedia page. I couldn't find any news articles about them, reviews about them. The only thing I could really find about them is that they were on season 6 of Australia's Got Talent, and they were finalists. So they didn't win, but they did fairly well. I did watch the video for it. They got a standing ovation. So they were well liked. So yeah, there's not a lot out there for information about the band or about their albums, other than they have a Facebook page and they have a homepage where you can order merch and stuff. So this is all just going to be my off-the-cuff impressions of the band and how I got introduced to them, which is sort of what these are anyway. So this is just the normal what's up on the playlist video, just with less information than normal and maybe a bit more rambling. Having said that, The Pigs is, of all things, an Australian bluegrass band. Yes, they have bluegrass in Australia. Apparently there is a cult following of American bluegrass music in Australia. Who knew? Certainly not me. I have no idea how this wound up in my feed. It just did. And I'm not a huge fan of bluegrass music. I don't hate it, but it doesn't really do much for me most of the time. It's kind of one of those music styles that are iffy for me. It's very hit or miss. So somehow one of their videos showed up on my YouTube feed, and for some unknown reason, I clicked it. No idea why, just random curiosity. The song was, is it the title song? No, second song on the album, which is called Hey Christina. It is a video and a song about basically this guy singing about his ex and all the bad thing he hopes happens to her. But he's not bitter. That is the opening line. Hey Christina, I'm not bitter, but I hope it's raining on your wedding day. And the whole song just goes on from there, this litany of stuff he hopes happen to this woman, in her future relationships. And it made me chuckle. I really liked it. It's catchy, it's upbeat, it's funny. And the guys are singing while they're playing. It's like the video is them performing at like a party. People are having a party around them. They're just singing along, having a good time. It's like, I like this. What else you got? Next song I found was the first song on the album, which is Single Ladies Put a Ring on It. Yes, they did a cover of Beyonce. I think it's Beyonce did that song. I'm not a fan of her either. But yeah, they did a cover version of All the Single Ladies as a country bluegrass song, complete with the thick southern drawl that they had in their other song. The banjo and the mouth harp and everything. I loved it. To me, it was hysterical, the video itself. The video helps to sell it, because they they even did a country line dance version of like the dance moves in Beyonce's video. They pushed this hard. They did not have to go this hard, but they did. There's also, as a guest performance, special guest John Williamson on jaw harp. So, got some country legend on there to play with them. So, all right, what else you got? They got Macho Moisturizer. They have Killing in the Name Of, which is a cover of Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name Of, which I don't think works quite as well. But, after the few songs, like, I was hooked. I got to buy this album. I hunted it down and I found it. There are some other albums out there. I have not purchased any of them. This is not their first album. It's their second, but it's the only one I got. And I find that the songs are very much hit or miss for me. These guys are decent musicians. Um, and they're just out there having a good time. They're just goofing off and having fun, and they do not take themselves seriously. You know, um, I mean, the liner notes, the CD actually come with a liner booklet with all the lyrics and stuff, but it's full of bad spelling and written like someone with a third grade education. So they play the country hick shtick to a hilt. It's even the liner notes. But damn, their music's a lot of fun. I really do. Like I said, it's hit or miss. The songs that I like, I really, really like, and the songs that I don't, it's more like, it's okay. I could do. So it's very either awesome or meh for me. I was disappointed I couldn't find anything more about the band. I mean, obviously they're not using their real names. They list themselves as Stretch Pig, T-Bone Pig, Par Pig, and Cousin Billy Bob Pig. That's them in the background. So I like their shtick. I really do. Just a bunch of goofballs having fun. You're going to get me with that every time. Sorry, I've got a dry throat here. So I really would, I would have liked to have said more to give us some background about where they came from, how the album was, if the album was well received or not. I think some of their songs, given that they were on Australia's Got Talent, and they got a standing ovation, which the song they did was All the Single Ladies, and that got them a standing ovation. So they obviously perform well. They tour Australia regularly, which I have never been to. But if I did go to Australia, I would try to get to a show. Just because these guys have been around for 20 years. That's the one other thing I did find out was I did manage to hit their Facebook website. This is their 20th anniversary. The band formed in 2004. They've been performing and touring for 20 years. They've got 4 or 5 albums. 4 regular albums, and I think maybe one of them is an EP or a compilation album. The fifth one's like an oddball. It's not a regular full length. It's not a regular album. So I'm not sure if it's an EP or compilation disc. But this is a fun little band. It's goofy, they're quirky. They've got a bit that they stick to hard. And I really admire that. I really admire their dedication to the bit. And just their bluegrass versions of other band stuff. It's mostly original music. I think there's there's only 3 cover songs on here. The other ones are really pretty much original, maybe 4. And it's just fun music. And honestly, at the end of the day, that's the main criteria. Was it fun to listen to? Hell yeah. So I'll leave it at that. Keep my usual ramblings to a shortness. I think I've actually rambled longer for this, something I had no information on, than other stuff I've managed to look up and get band info on. Why? I don't know. Anyway, which I think I've said before, as always, thanks for watching. If you like this crap, please, it's just crap. And until next time, good hunting.